Today on Community Cooking, we have guest chef Nikki Lennertz making another great meal for us. Today we're making entertaining easy with these make-ahead recipes. First, making a one-pot pasta, then Mama Sofia's cheese puffs, and a make-ahead fruit crisp. We're cooking with some of the best chefs from right here in our own community, so take a seat, relax, because we have another great show coming up. This is your Community Cooking. Hi, and welcome to Community Cooking. I'm your host, Maria Prekeges, and we love it when our next guest chef is here, Nikki Lennertz. Welcome.
Thank you, Maria.
I love it when you're here. It's always easy, flavorful, and of course, you're so much fun.
Oh,
she rivals me on talking, so it's really fun. We have a great time in the I swear you could be Greek. We could be sisters. So today, you're making entertaining easy.
Yes.
Which we love.
Uh-huh.
We're starting with a one-pot pasta, and then the next section will go to Mama Sofia's cheese puffs and a crisp. But let's start with the pasta. Tell me your ingredients.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I've got some olive oil here. I've got some vegetable broth. You can use either vegetable or chicken. Today I'm doing veggie for us, our veggie friends. This is a can of pre-chopped tomatoes.
Okay.
And this is a little bit of kosher salt or pink salt, whatever I decide to do. That's Parmesan cheese for later. That's some oregano. And of course, we've got the pasta, we've got onion, and we've got garlic.
Garlic, and then you have a little basil and some spinach.
Spinach, yes. How could I forget the spinach? That goes in at the end.
Okay,
because overcook.
I was going to say, because spinach does not take long. And I love when I saute spinach at home. You can use like the whole bag because it shrinks up. So we have a lot of spinach.
And this will. It's going to shrink, definitely.
I love it. All right, so how do we get started? What do we do?
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I've got about, well, all you really need is a tablespoon, but I'll do that. So I've got that pan going. It's nice and bubbly here.
And you want a hot pan and then add the oil to it.
I've got hot pan and add oil, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish chopping up my onion here.
Okay, and just a white onion. Does it matter, white, brown?
Whatever you like. Remember, it's flexible, it's cooking, it's your recipe, so whatever, you do what you like. If other people don't like it, too bad.
All right, and I have some garlic.
You've got some garlic, so you take care of the garlic. Would you like my knife?
No.
No? Okay, you've got it.
There,
okay.
now I have it. I have to take off the top to get into the innards.
So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to dump this all in, and whoa! Hear that sizzle. That is hot. Okay.
And how much garlic? I know we like garlic, so I have three heads.
It's six cloves. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sautéing, and then we're going to add the garlic along with this.
I was counting my garlic cloves.
You don't have to count it. Remember, it's going to cook down.
All right, and garlic's great. You just smash it.
Mm-hmm.
I like to smash them all at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get your aggression out.
That's right. That's right. So you smash the garlic.
I'm smashing the garlic. Remember the garlic, the little garlic peel thingies that you could buy? But
oh, yes.
Then on this show, years ago, I learned you just smash.
Yep.
Smash and dash, take everything off. Oh, I love garlic. I swear it was in my bottle growing up being Greek.
I can believe that. Well, Greek, Italian, and anything.
All of that.
And you know what we called, well, my background was Russian Jewish. So
oh, geez, so we're...
Yeah, my grandmother always said Jewish penicillin.
It's so true. A little garlic, it not only wards off the evil spirits, but it also...
Well, if you're not feeling well, it'll make you feel better. It will.
Yeah. I like to take the little tip of the garlic off, the little brown part, and then just a rough chop.
Yeah, that's fine. Just chop garlic. Just kind of take the knife and have at it.
Okay, we like that.
There you go.
This is how my mother chopped everything.
Beautiful.
She had a little wiggle. She was so adorable.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it a little smaller, but not too small. Okay.
Well, okay, so maybe a tiny bit smaller.
Okay. I want to taste on my garlic with all the big.
That's right, but we have other ingredients, so why don't you go ahead and kind of slot it onto my spoon.
I will slot it onto your slotted spoon.
That's right. Yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
A little more. We got it all.
We got it all.
Or most of it.
Most
at
of it
least.
anyway. We got it. We're all good. Okay, so we're gonna let the garlic get happy with the onions here a little bit. Okay.
With
and
you, everything gets happy together, and I love it. It's so much fun in the kitchen.
It definitely is. I try. What can I say?
Well, that's why we love having you on the show. It's great.
Yeah. Okay,
So, onions a little translucent.
well, you know, you get it, the onion starts to brown. Well, the onion is brown, so guess what? And I don't really worry too much about the garlic because we have other things, you know, going on here.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get my tomato in here. I'm going to get my stock in here.
And it's no water. A lot of times when you think cooking pasta, you
Right.
think, you know, boil the water, put the pasta in. Not today. It's a little different, which I love. I love.
Get a little bit of oregano going, about you know,
Okay.
maybe half a teaspoon. I don't, you know, so I think can do that. This is
Well,
fine.
and I love you just are like, okay, a little bit more, whatever you feel like. It's always great.
Right. Well, yeah, you don't really need to worry too much about it.
It smells so good.
It does. We have all the elementals of spaghetti, but without all the mess or hassle of doing water. Would you just grab the rest of this
There you
pasta? We'll
go.
just put it in here. And all we're going to do is I've got this. I'm going to bring it to a boil on high here. And that's really it. And
I
then
love it.
And then see the spinach we can wait a minute for, but you know what I'm going to do? Let me go ahead and let me grab a little bit of this basil, unless I can impose upon you. Now,
you can impose
let me show you a little trick though. This is going to be fun. I know you're always up for tricks, so you'll enjoy this.
I love tricks of the trade, especially with you.
Okay, so, well, this is a trick I learned from one of my favorite TV chefs. Now, what's great is I love all these fresh basils, fresh ingredients you can get at the farmer's market. Now, obviously, the canned tomatoes are not, but this certainly is. I always love to do it with some fresh stuff.
Are we going to roll it like a little burrito?
Yeah, one of my favorite TV chefs showed this trick where it's called Basil Chiffonade, where you just roll it kind of tight, like in a little cigar if you can, and just have at it with a knife. Just kind of chop. And what it does is it makes these beautiful little ribbons. And so, you know, you get a nice fine chop on it.
Yep.
And then that way when the pasta's all done, we can go ahead and we can just do that.
We're going to garnish with basil. I love, oh, it smells so good.
Yeah.
It smells so good.
Yeah, see, and we've got it, you know, we've got it boiling. So now that I've got it boiling, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my noodles are all submerged.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I don't like to break them. I like them long.
We like them long, and there's really no reason why, you know, we can't do this. So, you know, I'm just doing that, just keeping it on high, making sure it's at a nice boil, and then, you know, when I feel good about it, I'll go ahead and, you know, when I'm sure it's boiling enough and I know that all my noodles are submerged, because you're right, we aren't using water for it, Maria, but we've got liquid, and see, the liquid, this is ultimately what's going to cook the pasta.
All right. Well, our pasta's going to cook. We're going to clean up my mess. She never has a mess. And we will be back to finish off the pasta, and then on to Mama Sofia's cheese puffs and an easy crisp. So don't go away. You're watching Community Cooking, and we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Metro Bike Share is a new way to see downtown LA. Getting around has never been easier. By bike. Metro Bike Share lets you use public bikes for short trips. Walk-up 30-minute rides from the kiosk are $3.50. You just need a credit card. For frequent users, the best deal is a monthly or annual pass that you can buy online. You can take a bike from one station and return it to any other station, giving you the freedom to go where you want, when you want. It's a great way to get to transit, a meeting, a shopping trip, coffee, lunch, a rock show, or any other downtown destination. Bikes became available in downtown LA in July 2016, but we're already expanding. You'll see Bike Share in Pasadena, Venice, and the Port of LA in 2017. For a map of the downtown LA stations and more information, go to metro.net/bikeshare. Share the road. Share a bike.
Welcome back to Community Cooking. Our beautiful one-pot pasta is just about finished.
Yep.
Let's finish that off so we can get to Mama Sofia's cheese puffs, and then
Yep, and it is really looking good here. We've
Oh, it
got
smells
the
delicious.
noodles, you know, are pretty well cooking here, so this is a great time to go ahead and to add our lovely spinach here.
oh, I love
and
it.
then that'll just, you know, that'll add more water. That'll just help everything cook down. So
I love
we're all
it.
good. And actually, you know what? Even though in theory I'm supposed to add the Parmesan cheese, I ain't going to do it now. I'm just going to let it, you know, just kind of hang out and get happy with the spinach.
I
and
love
then
it.
we're going to add it at the end so we can taste the cheese, okay?
Well, and I like that. And I like a lot of Parmesan on top, so it's always good. So,
Yeah.
all right, so we just add that in. We cover it
we
up.
just
It
add
kind
it
of
in.
steams the spinach and adds all the flavors.
Yeah.
And all the flavors get happy together. I love
Yes,
it.
ma'am. Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
and now I have to ask you for our next item.
I can't resist, though.
I know. Well, you can do it now and we can do more later. So, what
Absolutely.
the heck?
We're all good. So there. Spinach got
I know there's
sprayed
some
there.
rogue spinach, but it makes it more colorful.
It's fine. This is where we are good to go.
Okay, so Mama Sofia's cheese puffs.
Yes.
Ingredients.
Okay. So may I have the bowl here, or are you going to do that?
Oh, the
All right.
bowl. One ingredient is a bowl.
Yes. Okay.
And then let's go over all the ingredients at once first.
Oh, that's
so, yeah,
right. You
butter.
always want to do that. Well, I have my trusty glove. That's an ingredient.
I love it.
Okay, the butter. And what I'm going to do is normally I would use, I'm using cheddar cheese, but you can use blue, you can use feta. I'm going to use Parm.
Oh, I love
How
it.
about that? Because
So,
to kind of go with all
butter
our
and
things.
parm.
Butter, Parmesan, and we've got flour, we've got kosher salt, we've got ricotta cheese, and we've got parsley, and we've got an egg.
One lone egg. I love it. One lone egg.
Yeah, okay, so let's start without further
Awesome.
ado with
And
the
before
fun
we
stuff.
start, did we turn the pasta off so we can just make sure it's just going to stay warm for us?
Yeah, the
Perfect.
pasta is off. It's all good.
Perfect, because it was so good. Oh.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so let's start. Butter?
Well, butter and some cheese, and
Mm.
you can take your choice. Now, you know, the interesting thing is I really, you know, I typically do it with cheddar, but I wanted to do it a little differently, and I guess because we're doing, you know, Italian, why not have Parmesan? Let's see how this
Change it
shapes
up. Well, and you have the ricotta, so that's another type of cheese as well.
That's
which
right.
I love
And see,
ricotta.
ricotta's coming
Ricotta,
in next.
ricotta, tomato, tomato. There
Right.
you go.
Now, would you be so kind as to
Yes.
crack the egg for me? We're going to make sure it's a good egg.
Of course,
no
and just one
problems?
egg in here.
One egg in there.
I'm a bad cracker, but I know the routine to get the shell out if it goes.
Okay.
Beauteous.
It looks like it's fine.
One little
So
egg for you.
we're going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to go ahead add the. I am adding the ricotta, and then would you kindly add the flour?
All right. Do we want all the flour just a
All-
little bit
all-
at a time, or?
No, all the flour.
All right,
It's
I'm gonna
all. It's all going to just get happy together. This is an extremely, extremely easy recipe. And what's so nice about it is, you know, you make it kind of a thing here, and you know, can definitely add the egg too. Now, one thing I
Okay.
do need that I don't have is some chopped parsley. Would you go ahead and just chop
I
some
can
up for
chop a
me?
little parsley for you,
Beautiful.
of course.
I'll get the egg going in
You
here.
add the egg, and it's Italian parsley.
Yes, it is. It's Italian parsley. You can use regular. You know, again, it's up to you. It really is.
And kind of a rough,
No,
a rough or loose chop.
I would say a little bit finer chop.
Okay.
But, you know, if you want, you're welcome to use this knife too, a little sharper. But whatever works
No,
for you.
now I'm digging in. I'm using my muscle and digging in.
Yeah, and by the way, hands are optional. I just happen to like doing this because it's so authentic, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, with the plastic
The
glove.
plastic glove, you gotta love it. And
You don't have-
actually, I shouldn't even do that, except I know I'm gonna be a horrible mess if I don't. That's the only reason
Well,
I'm
yeah.
doing this.
All right, we have some
Okay.
Italian parsley all chopped up.
Beautiful. Now just give me a handful. There we go. That's
Whoop.
nice.
Oppa,
And-
as we say, while we're making, you know, Mama Sofia's cheese puffs.
Oppa. And doesn't this look also, this
Oh,
doesn't
looks
this make it
great.
look so pretty?
Well, and the great thing about this is we have a pan that we're not going to cook them in
That's right. We are
because
not,
it's easy entertaining. Easy entertaining.
right, so let me tell you what I will do. Now, generally you take teaspoonsful and you put it in, but I have this nifty little scoop, which is a teaspoon, and look at that.
Oh,
Isn't that
see?
great?
A
And-
little melon baller can be used for multiple
And then what I'm going to
uses.
have you do is I'm going to have you pop these in the good old freezer, and then later on, because see they have to chill in the freezer for at least 30 minutes. Otherwise, it's going to be a bloody mess when you put them out.
Okay, so chill in the freezer for 30 minutes, but for easy entertaining, can you do it a couple days before?
Absolutely, and that's why it is easy entertaining. And then all you do after that is you just have to heat them. You just have to put them in the oven at 450 for 10 minutes, and then you've got cheese puffs, really great ones. Monica
Well,
Sofia's cheese puffs.
and we thought ahead and have one in the oven that's already baking that smells
Yeah.
delicious.
Well, that's right,
Look at
Maria,
that.
because you knew they had to be frozen now, didn't you?
I know. Well, you knew they had to
Yeah.
be frozen. Here, we'll put
Yeah,
one
well,
more
we'll
on the
just throw that.
side there.
That's good, and
So
I
I'm going
think
to pop
that's
these
good
in the
for
freezer.
now. Yeah,
Perfect.
there you go.
And tell
Perfect.
me about Mama Sofia.
Well, Mama Sofia is my friend Kelly's grandma, and she came over from Sicily, and this was apparently her recipe. I came to find out later that, oh yeah, it's called a Brooklyn cheese puff, but apparently it's something that all the Italian immigrants to New York and Brooklyn used to make.
Oh, I love it.
It's kind of like a gaugère, only a lot easier.
What is a gaugère?
A gaugère is not a puff pastry. It is like a cream puff. It's a pot au choux.
Okay.
That is flavored with usually cheese and garlic, maybe parsley as well.
All right, I'm bringing over the booze.
You're bringing over
For
the booze, are
the
you now? For the
crisp.
crisp. Okay.
I love crisps, and the plums are absolutely gorgeous, of course. Nikki got them at the farmer's market. They are.
I did buy those
have
at
to.
the farmer's market. Go ahead,
Oh.
Maria. Now, let me ask you a question, and this is really important. Now, do those plums appear to you to be fairly sweet?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're green. I've never seen a green plum.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, pluots, plums, it's all, kind of the same. Would you hand me that? Thank you
So-
for reminding me, because we're doing one for the crisp, and then this is, see, we're going to make both the crisp, and then we're going to make the layer of fruit. Now, what
Okay.
we want to do is this, okay, what I like to do is I don't really, we have, what originally is the prescribed thing. You know what we also should do? Would you be so kind as to grab me some the butter that we need from the fridge?
Yeah, and butter is in the fridge. I mean, look at those plums. Hello.
Yeah, and what we should do is you and I will get together busy chopping a couple of more plums too.
Okay.
Because we need some more. So what I'm doing is I'm just quickly buttering this with some of the soft butter that I have left
Okay.
here. And this is great. I mean, you want to do that just so it doesn't stick. And so I'm going ahead, I'm taking care of that. And what we will do is actually, why don't we do this? We can actually put these gorgeous, gorgeous plums right into
okay.
here. And you know something? Let's just do another couple plums, because gee, we don't really need
Oh,
too
I'm
many more
taking
now,
these
do
home
we?
with me. They're so yummy.
Isn't that beautiful? I'll take
Yeah.
one of these and then.
So green. I mean, I really have not seen them a lot.
Well, you know what? You do green and I'll do this. How
Okay.
about that?
I'll do a green one.
Okay, and rough chop again is totally fine. It doesn't have to be small. In fact, it shouldn't be. It's going to cook down.
How'd you not get the pit?
Oh, because I just did it to the side.
Oh, look at you. I'm like, wait.
I've done a few of these before.
I know. I'm like, oh, there we go. I do that with my apple or my peaches.
Yeah, and you absolutely can do peaches with this if you don't want to do plums.
But these are.
You know what? At the farmer's market, this is was one of the most seasonal things, and I just said I'm going to have it. Whatever I like to buy, whatever's most seasonal. Like when the apples are most seasonal, I'd
Yep.
say do those. Okay.
Okay. And we're putting on the plums.
We're going to put on the plums some sugar. Now, even though it calls for, a specified amount, about, half a cup or 3/4, I just go by, now you tasted that and it tasted good. I mean, it tasted pretty sweet, right? So we don't really need to do
No, and the
more
plums
than
are
that.
so sweet, so you don't need a lot.
You don't
and
need
the
a lot.
cassis, the creme de cassis is very sweet too.
That's right. And what I'm going to do is, again, it calls for 6 tablespoons. I'm not going to put all of that in. We don't need it. Okay? So just a scab more
Because
sugar.
sometimes we just.
That's right. And Maria
for
might
later.
like it for later. Yeah.
It's
there
dessert
you go.
and dessert.
There you go.
Oh, they're so pretty too and
see-
colorful.
And do me a favor here. Try this with the cassis and
Okay.
a little bit of brown sugar and tell me what you think. I'm going to rinse my hands.
Those are good just as is, but I know there are more steps to this process
That's right.
that I'm very excited about.
Okay.
Mm.
So now what we should do is we'll go ahead. Well, I guess I'll keep this here. If you'd be so kind as to just let me have that bowl, please.
All right.
Okay. We're going to do this. We are going to
So we have flour. And
We've got flour. This is both brown and white sugar combined. It's about 1.5 cups.
Okay.
It's 1.5 cups together. Now with this, you do have to be a little more precise.
Okay, I'm going
With your
to take a peek
measurements?
at the cheese puffs.
Absolutely.
Ooh, they're bubbling.
Oh, beautiful. Are they brown on the bottom yet?
They are getting brown on the bottom. I'd say about 2 more minutes.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so
2 more minutes.
So now I've got some salt that I'm going to
Okay.
put in here too,
So the
because
flour and then the brown sugar and the regular sugar combo.
right, and
We have some oats, normal cooking oats, not quick.
normal cooking oats. Would you
Okay.
kindly deposit these?
I will
Thank you.
deposit the oats.
Great.
And then walnuts.
Walnuts,
Who
yes,
doesn't
go
love
for it.
walnuts? And they're good for you. I had to do
Yeah.
quality control and taste them, don't you know?
But of course you do. And you know, walnuts, you can also use pecans, but because we're doing plum, I decided that walnuts would be the best. I feel that, you know, walnuts go with the plums, but then pecans are better with the peaches.
Oh, okay.
And so that's what I
Pecans and peaches, plums
Pecans and
and
peaches.
walnuts. And so why does the butter have to be cold?
Okay, I like the butter cold because you can see what I'm doing. Again, a lot of people use a pastry cutter or even their food processor. I want to show people how easy it is to just take it, and you can just use your fingers. Get your fingers dirty here, and just, you know, go with it, and just, you know, make a fantastic, you know, crisp this way. And see, the reason the butter has to be cold is the heat of my fingers, or the heat of anything, whether it's a food processor or anything, it's gonna make it too hot. And the trick to this is to keep it cold, so that, you know, you get your wonderful little pockets of fat that are so good when you put
Oh,
it in there.
you know, fat adds flavor. All right, I'm going to
is.
check on the
That's awesome.
cheese puffs, Mama Sofia.
Yeah, and repeat after me, Maria. Fat is flavor.
Fat
Those
is
look
flavor.
perfect.
Those are perfect?
Those are perfect.
Oh
Don't
my
they
gosh.
look perfect to you?
I think they look perfect. And I have a handful of Mama Sofias. Oh, they smell so good. We have a lot going on. I love it. All right, and quickly, with that mixture,
Yeah.
is that what you just sprinkle on top?
That, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle it on top. Now, it looks like, because I did a slightly smaller dish, that we're not going to
use all the
we're
topping?
not going to use all of it, but that's great, because see, you can store this in a plastic bag in the freezer, and for like tops of muffins, it's great. For
Ooh,
anything you're
yum.
doing, so anything extra. But what I did just for you, see, now this is the beautiful white elegant one that you
Yep.
serve to company, but when you've got kids, you're going to serve them one that looks just like that.
Okay.
And so the one that we have, you know, pre-prepared is a kid one, and this is our gorgeous
I love it.
other one there.
And notice how her hands are getting dirty and I'm just smelling the beautiful cheese puffs. They smell so good and they look delicious.
Yeah, so
So
what I'm
super
using
easy,
here-
entertaining, one pot pasta, cheese puffs, and make ahead crisp. We're gonna make it and of course bake it now.
Yeah, and so what we've got here is, let's just go ahead and take care of this.
Oh, look
here.
at it.
Yeah, I mean, we still have, you know, some of this here, and you know, and if it doesn't look totally perfect, the other thing is it doesn't matter. It's all
Well,
going to
and
bake
the-
into one beautiful thing.
And the butter's gonna melt, so if you see
Yes.
little butter chunks, it's gonna melt in and just blend in with everything.
Well, that's absolutely right. It's going to make it amazing.
Oh,
Okay, so you've got more of that here, and then see, we're just gonna, you know, make sure to combine
just
this.
kind of like a top crust. There's nothing at the bottom because some of it falls through, obviously, with all the fruit.
Sure, some of it does fall through, and you know, I didn't even add the flour to the fruit because I could have added flour to make it a little bit more, I guess, solid, but I
Okay.
decided this is just so great the way it is. I don't want to add because there's plenty of flour in this.
Well, and I love the nuts. My sister does it crisp, and she doesn't add nuts, not for any allergy purposes, but I think I'm going to tell her add the nuts next time. Well, we'll just do this
Well,
instead.
thank you for bringing that up, Maria, because in fact, if somebody does have an allergy, you can absolutely leave the nuts out. Nobody's going to really notice. It's still going to be delicious. So there you go. How
And
does
then
that
we
look?
pop that in an oven. We'll be right back in 60 seconds to taste all the goodness.
There are oceans and rocks, places where fish swim and birds fly, where mountains spring up and trees and grass grow all around. History is made, art is created, things happen that should always be remembered. Heroes emerge. A woman sets people free. A man makes light. A leader steps forward. People get together. They help each other out. They make their own places to run and play and contemplate the universe. There's pride and gratitude and fun. It belongs to everyone. It can be a place, a feeling, a state of mind. So get up, get out there, and find your park.
Welcome back to Community Cooking. All right, Nikki, my favorite part. Should we start with Mama Sofia's cheese puffs? I'll even share.
Oh, but of course we should. This is the appetizer.
Oh,
Good stuff.
Mama Sofia would be proud. I mean, obviously you taste the cheese, but I think I like the Parmesan because it's subtle, yet Parmesan is still kind of, a good pungent flavor. It packs a little punch. Oh my word. I could eat platefuls of these. And easy because you freeze them first.
That's right.
All right. So we did our appetizer. Now our one pot pasta. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, golly. I'm going to try to not.
I'm going to see if I can do this without getting it all over myself.
Okay.
Oh, and I need some tomato.
I had one bite with everything. The tomato is awesome. The spinach, I love. Okay, I need to add spinach to all my pasta. Oh,
The onions, the garlic is awesome.
oh, it's awesome. And then don't worry, we're going to come back to these when we're done. But the dessert, you have to get your,
Got to get the plum crisp, absolutely.
I mean, I think I got a green
That
plum
with some
too.
ice cream. Oh, yeah, that's right. You were all about the green plums. Look at me.
Oh, we should have started middle and ended with this. Everything else is lovely, but the crisp, you don't ever need a bottom to it because it would just get soggy, and it's crispy, and the flavors, and I had a walnut. The nut makes it. It puts it over the edge. Oh, thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Yum, yum, and yum. Love it, love it. Thanks again for joining us. It's always so much fun when you're here because we know we're going to get delicious food.
Oh, thank you so much. It's always my pleasure.
And fun as well. And on behalf of Nikki, myself, and our entire crew, thank you for joining us on another fun episode. And remember, there are so many great chefs right here in our own community. And we will see you all next time on Community Cooking. I'm going to dig in for more.
Absolutely.
If you'd like a copy of the recipes seen on this show, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Office of Cable and Community Relations. That's 3350 Civic Center Drive, Suite 200, in Torrance, California, 90503. Be sure to note the show number displayed on the screen. And don't forget, you can find all the fresh ingredients used on today's show at the Farmers Market. Visit the one here in Torrance at Wilson Park. That's located at 2200 Crenshaw Boulevard. They're open every Tuesday and Saturday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m., rain or shine. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us at communitycooking@torranceca.gov and check us out online at youtube.com/TorranceCityCable and like us on Facebook at Community Cooking TV.